There's tons of wheel options for the Mark V Supra. This is my take to bring this render to a reality in the wheels I chose. Super lightweight, they look amazing, very, very strong. Everything down to how the hubcap fits is so precise and satisfying. If you're interested in the specs or the details from the tires to the wheels, everything is in the description. In this episode, we go over everything from unboxing, checking them before we mount the wheels and tires, how I go about mounting and balancing, ceramic coating to protect them and make them easier to wash with a new product to the industry that's very specific, and a great bang for the buck that I highly recommend for anyone out there, whether you've had your wheels for a long time or just got them like I did. And at the very end, showing how the car looks with these new wheels. It looks completely different, and we're one step closer to this render to reality coming full circle. Enjoy this episode. Welcome back to the Karma Speed Garage. This is a fun one. These are my first set of custom wheels I've ever had in my entire life. Went BC forged. I purchased these from offset.com, linked in the description. You have all the choices. You can copy my specs exactly, choose your own color, however you want to go about it. We're gonna go see the people I trust in town the most to mount the tires I got as well. Let's just say we went all out, broke the budget. We're not gonna cut corners with the Supra. That's so nice, it's come so far. Anywho, are you ready to see inside these boxes? Because I am. We got the rear, we got the front. So quite a few months ago, Devin, who runs Karma Speed with me, Devin's an e-commerce junkie and he's always looking for stuff, and we saw this store for sale that was ran by two people and didn't have any type of content going on, just Google ads, and a relatively small business but has potential, called offset.com, and you're connected with all the wheel distributors and tires and stuff like that. And Devin's like, hey, this could be a good opportunity, we could grow this, you could integrate it. Didn't really feel like Karma Speed was a good fit for wheels and tires. We felt like it was more performance based, since that's kind of the roots of everything. So we got it. Now we own the business and didn't have to add any team members or anything else like that. We just took it over. But I started looking at the orders coming in the store, and there's a lot of BC forged. So I was like, I really haven't looked into those personally. Let me go check it out. And then I started looking at their catalog of wheels, and I was like, I just like everything about the company. It's simple, it's straightforward, the wheels are nice, they're expensive, but they're not like anything outrageous. Like, it's not like you're like unexpected. So I was like, I'm gonna get some BC Forge on the Supra. Then I got in contact with the main guy at BC Forge, and who we can help you with when you need help with your order for your car, if you want some custom wheels like this for any car. The team at BC Forge was so helpful. It took all the pain out of this. Like, we're kind of pushing the specs to the extreme on the rear, so there's only certain tires in certain different sizes, and it quickly became a headache. And then the BC Forge team like quickly de-escalated my stress. And so this was honestly a pleasure to do start to finish. And I've never had custom wheels in the past because it just overwhelms me. I'm like, I love cars, but like, am I at the stage in life where I have time and money and the patience and all this stuff? I'm like, let me just see what it's all about, because BC kind of felt like a middle ground for that. So that's how I ended up on this, and it's been a pleasure. So hopefully they look cool. Let's check them out. Ooh, pretty light for a big wheel. This is the front. This is a 9.5. Sheesh. Oh, dude. Oh, the nice BC valve stems. Oof. That's a nice little touch. Wow. Dude, hold on. Just take a look. These are gonna go hard. These things are pretty big. We're putting 305s on the rear of this car. Nice. Look at this. Look at how big this is. It's light. It's really light. Dude, holy meats, boys. Your boys never had setup like this before. Staggered. Okay, let's get the car in the air. While I'm setting up for the thumbnail, I definitely do want to add, when I talk about buying like a small business, it's like, oh, that's just so like nonchalant. It's like, no, we're just chill about it. But it's, the house is on fire, balls to the walls. Take every risk you can in your 20s. That's what Devin and I are into. It's like a sickness, but I just wanted to make sure that you had that context. So if you're thinking about taking a risk, or you want to do something crazy, I'm right there with you. It's not been easy, but it should pay off. Tires, what did we go with? So for the rear, we got 305/30 19s Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s. These boys are serious. They're not my ideal go-to. Neither of these are. I was gonna run R888s if you notice in the render. And the sizing is weird. So it's like, I wanted to keep the sizing of the wheels to be ideal for the R888s, but I need to use a different tire. So I had to run Pilot Sport 4S's in the front and Pilot Sport Cup 2s in the rear. Now, when these go bad, whether it's me or the future owner, whoever has it, when these go bad, I hope that they put R888s on it because that's what the render is and that's what makes it look like part of the aesthetic and the look I was going for. But this will work for now. These are really nice tires. I'm scared how long these are gonna last. These are borderline. I mean, these are just track tires basically that are somehow, I guess, street legal. I'll let you take a close-up look and let's test fit some wheels and go to the tire shop. All right, now I just need to put up each wheel. Oh, nice on the hub. Oh yeah, money fitment. Sheesh. Make sure the front is good. Oh, it fits on the hub so good. You don't even need a bolt to hold it on. Cool, looks good too. Sweet. Got the whole setup in the back, pulling up to Tires to Go in Mesa, where most likely my boy Todd is gonna make sure we don't have any dings or scratches on the wheels because he is the GOAT. All right, we made it to the spot. We'll get the boys doing their process.
Supra Wheels, huh?
Yes, sir. Isn't that crazy how light they are?
Yeah, I love BC Ford stuff.
I've never had a set before, so I was like, whoa.
These things are strong. Guys, would track these things, go off the track, blow every suspension component, and the wheel would be 10,000 south.
Really?
Just pretty much within seconds. They look like they're almost bald already.
That's what I was tripping about.
Yeah,
but
no,
now that makes sense because this is on the outside. You're taking off most of the rubber right here.
So that's why they have a big flat patch on the outside edge though, because this is where all your cornering happens.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about the Michelins. They are an asymmetric tire, but you don't even need to find the little letters that say outside because you just know the big side's on the outside. But yeah, this is where most of your driving is going to be, and then when it comes to your cornering, this is where all that's going to go.
It's like best of both worlds.
Yeah, so I mean, dude, this is borderline track tire. These Cup 2s are phenomenal. These come on the GT3 RSs, so.
I was gonna get R888, but they didn't have any available for a long time, so I was like, I needed a certain size, so this was the next best option. I was like, this is a little ridiculous, but
no, but
it'll be
fun. It'll hook. It'll hook. Pick the dang thing up with your hand. You're gonna struggle to break traction, dude. From a dig, you'll be able to mat it, and it'll just go.
Unfortunately, you can't run the BC valve stem caps because you cannot mount the TPMS sensor, but we can use the caps. So I'm grabbing all four.
If you can get your hands on about an hour and a half before them, man.
So this is like full tread depth, right? That's 50%. So when you hit that whole shoulder is gonna be smooth. So, but that's by design. But the way that Michelin does it is they layer it. So when that becomes smooth, it's gonna increase the amount of traction. What happened is, everyone was like, the walls.
Well, that price is in clean.
Yeah, that's quality wheel, quality milling.
The boys here are the best. Headed back to the house to throw them on to see how it looks. If you need anything and you're in the Phoenix area and you don't want to worry about it, call, get a hold of Kevin, let him know I sent you, and come on down here. Nice. laying on the ground. She's alive. Don't forget to torque. My torque wrench actually broke, so I gotta get a new one. I'm gonna degrease the tire and then apply some dressing. As I'm driving around to get the springs to settle so we can really see it, what it looks like in all its glory, all you can hear is these tires are so sticky, it's just grabbing every little pebble in the road. It's like, it just makes like a noise. There's a little bit different road noise in here too now. Let's see if she hooks a little better. I basically floored it. It broke loose a little bit and then it started to grip, but it didn't want to get tail happy, so. Wow, that's a huge difference. Huge difference. To make the brand new BC Forged wheels for the Supra easy to clean, hard for brake dust to stick to them over a long period of time, and keep them looking as fresh as possible, as long as possible, we need a ceramic coating. I cleaned the wheel, make sure I prepped it. We're gonna start with the barrel. So I'm gonna put the wheel face down. I made sure that the tire sits on the table, not the face. This is a special ceramic coating. As you can see, that reads Cerakote. Cerakote usually is what you see to change colors of different items you may want to customize, like the triple clamps and the forks on my dirt bike. They're also the most popular powder coat company, Prismatic Powders. So you have Cerakote and Prismatic Powders are in the same building, ran by the same people. And I had the pleasure of meeting everyone on their team, spending a day and a half in Oregon at their headquarters, going to dinner with them, and getting to understand their culture. And now it makes sense why their products are the way they are. It's a direct reflection of those people there. Super cool people, super genuine, very family oriented. They treat me like family. And it was just an awesome experience. I got to meet the CEO, all the marketing people, all the trainers, all the people who pack and ship orders. And the reason I went out there is to experience this ceramic coating from Cerakote that's new that I'll show you up close in a second. They've always been a manufacturer for ceramic coating. They just have never had it as their own brand, but they're making their way slowly into the industry and the automotive side of things, deeper and deeper on the retail side that faces the public, you and I, at the stores. So now you'll see on the shelves the headlight restoration kit, the trim coat, glass coat at places like Walmart, auto parts stores and things. It's growing and growing and growing and getting easier and easier to get. And they're releasing products for us automotive enthusiasts as time goes on, using all their proprietary technology. That was really a crazy thing to witness in person and experience. You get 60 milliliters, so 2 bottles of ceramic coating for a really, really good price, high-end product. You do 1 layer, takes 5 minutes to cure, you wipe it off. Simple, straight to the point, super potent. The one thing I took away from my experience was the review process to make sure that they're putting out a product that they believe beats every other competitor, which is a very bold claim, and I was very skeptical of that. And I was talking to the CEO, I was like, how can you talk about your product in that way? And it was simple. He's like, we'll have a large group of people in here. It was a lot. And unlabeled products on test panels off of cars, like a hood or whatever. Have people use it, have people tell you which one is better. They would change and adapt their product and make it better until all those people, all without knowing what brand was what, said that their product was better. And here's the most important part. Sometimes that takes years, literal 2, 3, 4 years they're willing to wait and work on it and invest money, time, resources, people into. And so their lineup is small, but if you've ever used their product, it's very, very good. The first time I used a Cerakote product when it comes to cars was the trim coat on the Mustang GT back in the day. And I was like, whoa, I've used a lot of these other products that restore trim, but like this one's really good and it's really simple and it actually stays black for a long time. And then that's when I started talking to the people over at Cerakote more and more more. So me talking this highly of them has taken a long time of just being around the product, the simplicity of it, the details, and then going to experience and meeting all of them. And there's a couple other guys that are my age on the team that are into the same things that we're into, and they're just regular people who have a passion, and the CEO inspired me in a lot of ways as well as the rest of the team did. And this is just one of those situations where it was like an American-made product made by people who have an insane amount of drive, persistence, consistency, and the follow through to make something awesome in every way. And they want to support people in the space that drive us enthusiasts to keep going forward, building our cars, working on them, detailing them, keeping things super nice, that are using their coatings and stuff like that. So they reached out to me and they genuinely want to support the channel in various ways, and we're figuring that all out. So this was a situation where it was like, hey, we want to treat you like family. Like, here's our product, we want to show you, we want to show you a good time out at our headquarters. We know you'll use our products for a long time to come, so we'll just keep you updated. We'll send you this when it comes out to the public, which it's out now and you can order it. I'll have a link in the description, and we'll make awesome stuff together. That's the best thing ever. It's not like, hey, here's a bunch of money, talk about it for 60 seconds, see you later. It's just like, hey, whenever you need it, use it, and we want to support you in the process to make sure that you can keep doing what you do for a long period of time. It doesn't get any more genuine than that. So let's use this, let's check it out. That's a little bit about Cerakote and some of the footage from going and visiting them. I've got some brand new microfibers, tore the label off, get all the lint off of it. I'm just gonna have this ready to go with the dry rag. I'm just gonna wipe this through one last time. Got some chemical resistant gloves. If you've never used a ceramic coating before, if you get it on your skin, you are going to literally regret it. I'm just telling you right now that this is not like a, hey, you should. It's like, you need to. So from here, can crack this open. Now make sure you clean all 4 wheels, get them ready to go, because you don't want to leave this out to dry, because this is gonna harden and it's gonna be ruined when we're done, and we want to use this applicator pad for all of it. So we're gonna adapt and get this wet, not too crazy, just a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and just rub it in. You will see exactly where it's at and when this starts to go dry, and then you just want to add some to it, keep it wet. And just make sure you get every area. I'm gonna reach deep in here and get the spokes, the back side of them. And as it's drying, after you apply it, it'll get kind of sticky. Set timer for 5 minutes. Once this timer is done, then all I gotta do is take my brand new dry rag, wipe it off, and you're finished. You can see a little bit of reflections of where it's kind of glossy still, where it's still wet. That will dry in the next 5 minutes, and then we'll wipe it and it will be an even layer. This is one of those things that right when you start, it could be like, am I gonna mess it up? You start to think, this is so simple, I feel like I could easily mess this up. It's so straightforward. Just make sure you have 100% coverage, wipe it all on, let it dry for 5 minutes, then wipe it off. You'll have an even layer. It's done. No crazy 2 layers, or you wanna do a crosshatch pattern on like paint, but certain things like this where it's a real thin like part of the spoke or the barrel, you can just do it real even and you're good. 5 minutes is up. All I'm gonna do is take my rag and wipe everywhere we covered. Now we can move on to the face. Go ahead and re-wet this. Depending on the shape of your wheel, this can get real interesting. I want to dap up the edges of this because we're really smashing it in some of the corners. Get inside where the lug bolts go. Get around the whole edge of the rim. These are gonna shine and have such a nice gloss. Yeah, I'm looking for areas that are not glossy, like these corners right here I missed. Looks good, looks good. Deep in these corners. This is where the most brake dust builds up to. Looking for other areas that may be dull or I missed. Okay, set timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes has gone by. There's a lot of really glossy areas. Like it looks wet on a lot of this that I put a little too much. Those are like high spots. And so that's when taking this rag and wiping this off, you're not removing the coating, you're removing the high spots. So it's just a thin layer. So I'm gonna make sure I wipe every inch of these things off. Just firm pressure, just get in every crevice. I'm gonna go around the edge, get that done, go into each one of these spokes, get into the corners. That way it has an even, glossy, shiny finish. And the way you can kind of mentally process how this works is it's just like paint. It's landing on the surface, and then over a 5-minute period, it's sticking and bonding to the surface permanently until after a couple years, couple hundred washes, depending on how much sunlight it's exposed to, it will break down over a long period of time. But man, the day-to-day washing is so much easier with this. Brake dust has such a hard time sticking to it, and anything in general. Water can't even sit on it barely. It'll just bead off, and you could take a blower to the wheel and all the water will fly off. All right, these look good. No more glossy spots, fully wiped off. One wheel done. Looking for any glossy areas when I'm wiping this down. This is my last part of all the wheels. I'm gonna let it sit for minimum 2 hours before I drive or introduce it to anything that could contaminate it or heat it up, and then we'll get to enjoy the benefits and keep these wheels looking brand new for as long as possible. I'll have this link in the description. This is an insane bang for the buck product. You won't use anything better. Go check it out. Something you might be wondering is like, what happens if I miss a spot? Well, it's just gonna be a little extra glossy there and be a little bit distracting because it's gonna have a real thick layer of that ceramic coating and it won't shine gloss evenly. It'll have like a heavy spot, which isn't the end of the world. It'll fade over time for sure. It'll be there a while, but that's why you just wanna take your time. Look at every angle, look for high spots. Like I literally, because of the lighting, almost missed this right here. This little pocket and a crevice. I'm looking here. It's almost like the wheels would look like permanently wet in spots. If you enjoy the Supra and you haven't seen me hit the canyon yet, check out this video right here. We can go driving together. You can hear what the single exit exhaust titanium sounds like. See you over there.